Angry eye, angry ear, angry nose, angry itchy chin hair. Hey there, I'm Kytt. If you haven't seen my videos before, probably might want to look at some of the others. This is not going to be a funny video. This is going to be a video where I talk rather angrily. Not in a raised voice, but trust me, you'll know I'm angry. See, I absolutely hate broken agreements. And this does not always mean a promise. It can be any situation where people are counting on you. Now, where in my life has this come up lately? Well, a few places. Let's start off with my geekier reasons. I spent about a year and a half working on this game, making this online message board forum, whatever, based text role-playing game with a friend of mine by the name of Eric. And we worked so hard. We have a player's guide that's like 80-something pages. We have a weapons guide that's more, a weapons and equipment guide that's more comparable than the one that the Dungeons and Dragons official handbooks have. We just busted our ass figuring out every little bit about how the world would run, how the stories would run, how the characters would work. And then we got started, and Eric was really into it for a while, and we got some other people into it. And then Eric disappeared, and showed up a couple months later, today in fact, and told me that he quit. They had some problems personally, and you know what? I don't blame him. If he had problems personally, then he had problems personally, but I just get so aggravated at people who shirk the problem until you have to hunt them down, until you have to harass them for an answer, and then they say that they're letting you down when you've held this torch for them because you've expected that, well, maybe this happened, maybe this person's internet got shut off, maybe this person's phone isn't working, maybe this, maybe that. There comes a time when you have to realize that people are avoiding you, and I don't like that feeling. I don't think that it's not the right thing to do, it's not the honorable thing to do. It shows me some serious disrespect, and it's happened to me before. Another example, having to do with this game, in fact. I commissioned a couple pieces of art to be done, to be made into banners for this game, and they were going to be done by a fellow who goes by the name Ajax. I don't actually know his real name. He's a good guy, he's an amazing artist, some talent that's beyond compare, and yet at the same time, he did two amazing pieces for me. And then when it came time to do the third one, he promised, he swore up and down, he told me how bad he felt because he spent so much time fucking around and not doing it, and then he disappeared again, and again, and again, and again, and now I don't know if I'm ever going to get this artwork done, and now I don't know, because this artwork was supposed to be for these banners that I would use to promote the site, and if I don't have all 3 pieces of artwork, I can't do these promotions, and if I can't do these promotions, this game is going to go nowhere. It's going to be a failed year and a half, a lost year and a half, and I don't like the idea of losing large chunks of my life. Now, he is not the only person that I'm annoyed at for breaking agreements. Boulder. And right off the bat, I want to say that I'm sorry, Boulder, for what I'm about to have to say, but it's unacceptable. I have not spoken to Boulder since last Wednesday, over a week ago. I have not seen Boulder face to face in 2.5 weeks, something like that. Boulder was asked to join Sari and myself in being owners of this business, in working on this business plan, on getting this whole thing together, and he accepted. He accepted so gleefully. There was a smile that was not just on his face, but in his eyes, and I really felt that he wanted this. And then he just started fading. First he, couldn't hang out and do work for us because he had to go hang out with his other friend, and he couldn't, do anything on his own without serious pressuring. And again, Boulder, if you're watching this, I don't mean to insult you, because if this wasn't based on pure fact, then I would have no basis for my argument, and I wouldn't be saying it. But it's not right to tell people that you're going to become a full part of something and then disappear. It's disrespectful to me, it's disrespectful to Salary, it's disrespectful for the project, back to the Ajax thing, and I just want to kind of springboard off of there to another issue I've had, again, with breaking agreements, and that would be artists. I have written for 3 webcomics, in the past, and I really like them. I really like the stories of each one. One of them I created entirely on my own, and yet time and time again, because I can't draw, because I can't do any real art, I've had to rely on people to be the artist. I have some really great artists as friends, but time and time again, they've let me down. I've had to call and harass people just because they made a promise and they weren't able to keep it. So instead of talking to me about it, they decide to disappear, to shirk me, to shirk their responsibility. And I'm not an unfair guy. If someone tells me that they need more time on something, on a deadline that they set for themselves, then I'm going to give them more time, because I'm like, okay, well, you did set this deadline for yourself. You need more time to work on this project because you want to put more detail into it. That's fine. But I will not accept people who set multiple deadlines for themselves and then keep failing to meet them, and then keep coming to me like I shouldn't be getting annoyed because what they're doing is affecting me, but, this is the artist way, I've never really been like that. I've never been one to just take people at face value. I've never been one to say, oh, well, that's just how they are. That's just how this guy is. He's flaky. He's a procrastinator, whatever. I've never been able to do that because it's just not something I feel is acceptable. And I know I do, at the same time, ask people to make allowances, I guess would be the word, for my own personality at times. I can be flaky, I can be an asshole, I can be scathing and brash, but if an issue was ever brought to me directly, I would, and I have, strived to change it. It's something that I've always liked to myself, that if I see a real problem, or if a real problem is brought to me, I will try to fix it. I may not always succeed in fixing it. I've been told that I'm an asshole more than once, or more than 20 times, but I keep trying not to seriously offend anyone, seriously hurt anyone's feelings. I don't know. I mean, is it worth it anymore to do projects to get people involved and excited in things? Is it worth it to try to make something of my time besides sitting around and pretending that my life isn't passing by? Melodramatic as that may sound, it's true. These are the more important years of my life, and what am I doing? I'm sitting around, staring at a computer screen, staring at a camera. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I'd rather be behind the camera. You all know that. I want to direct. I want to write. I've been working on this business, and I want to do that. But I don't need people flaking out on me all the time. I don't need people breaking agreements, breaking promises. People will make promises and just completely disregard them and ignore me and get angry with me because I expect people to answer phone calls when I call them about stuff like this. It's just ridiculous. So, to everyone out there, I implore you, if you make a promise, keep it. If you give your word, keep it. If people are really counting on you, then you need to make sure that whatever you are asked to do, whatever goal you've set for yourself, needs to get done. And if you can't get it done, you need to tell people, because most often people will be more likely to enjoy working with you if you're completely upfront with every step of the process. If you need time, if you need a break, if you need more materials, if you need this or that, then just ask for it. Don't assume that people are going to be assholes. Don't assume the worst if you haven't even tried. It's just something that has been irking me for quite some time. So, this is Kytt, signing off.